If you're in the San Gabriel Valley area, watch out, because you could be the next victim of bank jugging. Hello, I am Mike from Cintax American Chat, and today I'd like to discuss a type of widespread crime that has been happening more and more lately. According to KTLA reporter Chris Wolf, this incident happened on April 30th, 2026. The victim, Andrew, withdrew $3,000 in cash from a Citi Bank in Monterey Park. About half an hour later, he drove to a lot at Montebello Mix Plaza where he was planning to pick up food from a restaurant. But at the time, he did not realize that the suspects had been watching him near the bank and had followed him to the next location. Video from the victim's Tesla's camera shows three suspects getting out of an older silver BMW SUV. All three were wearing dark clothing and light-colored bucket hats. They included two men wearing masks and a woman who appeared to be disguising or covering her appearance. As Andrew walked away from his car and was still trying to lock it, the woman suddenly approached him and pretended to ask for directions, distracting him. While Andrew was distracted, one male suspect walked up to his car, checked the door, opened the unlocked door, and took the $3,000 in cash from inside. Another male suspect appeared to be acting as a lookout. After the suspects got the cash, they quickly got back into the BMW and left the scene. The entire theft happened very quickly. The actual moment when the car was opened and the cash was taken lasted only 9 seconds. Andrew later told KTLA that he had no idea he had already been targeted and followed from the bank. He also did not expect anybody to be able to find the cash hidden in the center compartment during the few seconds he was talking to the woman, because he didn't know they had followed him for 30 minutes just to watch him hide it and distract him. It is also quite likely the criminals were using a jamming or relay device to interfere with the usual automatic locking of the car. Even though the victim noticed the car not locking and took out his phone to lock it manually, he did not realize the thieves were perfectly timing their attack before his thumb could hit the screen. This was not an ordinary theft from a car. This is a planned crime involving surveillance, coordination, and following the victim. It is known as bank jugging. Here is how it usually works. Suspects watch customers near banks and ATMs. They look for people who have just withdrawn cash, people carrying envelopes or cash bags, or people who appear to have just completed a banking transaction. Once they identify a target, they may follow the victim to the next location, such as a restaurant, supermarket, parking lot, gas station, or even the victim's home. In some cases, suspects may also tamper with the victim's vehicle, causing tire problems, making the car unable to drive normally, or creating another situation that forces the victim to stop. Then, when the victim gets out of the car to check the problem, becomes distracted, or lets their guard down, the suspects act quickly. Although this particular theft happened in Montebello, the key concern for our community is this. The victim had withdrawn cash from a Citi Bank in Monterey Park, and he may have been targeted from that point. So this is not just a Montebello problem. This is an issue that the entire San Gabriel Valley community needs to take seriously. Many small business owners, restaurant owners, seniors, and people who run cash-based businesses still go to the bank regularly to withdraw or deposit cash. Criminals may take advantage of this by watching bank customers and identifying who may be carrying cash. This is not petty theft. This is organized and coordinated crime. In this case, the suspects' roles were very clear. One scout to check out the scene and drive the getaway car. One operator to handle the actual theft. And one distractor to create the necessary security gap to allow the operator to strike. The entire process was extremely fast. It took only about 9 seconds. And this is not an isolated case. The day after this case was reported, KTLA received another tip from a victim. That victim had withdrawn $25,000 in cash from a Wells Fargo in Los Feliz. After driving away, he noticed that his tire appeared to have been tampered with. When he stopped to check, suspects approached him and started talking to him, distracting him. Other accomplices then took the opportunity to steal the cash from inside his car. This year, a similar bank jugging case also happened in Fallbrook, San Diego County. The victim had withdrawn cash from a Chase Bank, was followed by suspects, and later had cash and important documents stolen. The scariest part of this type of crime is that it is fast, organized, and hard to detect while the victim is being followed. More importantly, these cases can escalate into violent robberies. Today, the loss was $3,000 in cash. But if the victim had successfully locked their car, it may have turned into a more expensive smash and grab. If the victim had been carrying the cash, it could have become a violent assault. That is why we cannot wait until something more serious happens before we warn the community. Here, I sincerely call on Congresswoman Judy Chu, as well as city governments, police departments, and banks in San Gabriel Valley communities to work together to create safety alerts in Chinese, English, and Spanish, reminding residents about bank jugging and urging law enforcement to increase investigation, patrols, and efforts to solve these crimes. Please share this video with your family and friends. If one more person sees this warning, there may be one fewer victim. If you have any information regarding the 3 individuals seen in this footage, please contact the Montebello Police Department at 323-887-1313. If you want to see more news and financial content like this, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, this has been Mike of Cintax American Chat reminding you to stay safe out there.